Do you believe that you were built for true, radical connection? Even if you're an introvert, we all are physically, emotionally, and spiritually hardwired by God for a relationship. From the moment you were born until you take your last breath, deep, authentic connection is the thing your soul most craves. Not just an occasional experience, but as a reality woven into every day of your life. But to access this reality, you'll have to make some changes because something is fundamentally wrong with how we have built our lives. We spend our evenings and weekends tucked into our little residences with our little family or our roommates or alone, staring at our little screens. We make dinner for just us and never want to trouble our neighbors for anything. We fill a small little crevice called home with everything we could possibly need. We keep our doors locked tight and we feel all safe and sound, but we've completely cut ourselves off from people outside our little self-protective world. We may feel comfortable and safe and independent and entertained, but also we feel completely sad. Nearly all of us live this way, and yet it's just not working for any of us. As I mentioned, research says that more than 3 in 5 Americans report being chronically lonely, and that number is on the rise. These stats are indicators of a grave and costly crisis. Anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts are all on the rise. Scientists now warn that loneliness is worse for our health than obesity, smoking, lack of access to healthcare, and physical inactivity. So why are we letting it define our days? Is this living? Is this how life is supposed to go? Let me skip to the answer. No, it isn't supposed to be this way. You know what you were actually built for? Long, meaningful conversations with people who have known you for years and would donate their kidney if you needed it. People who drop by with pizza and paper plates unannounced because they miss you and aren't afraid to intrude. Regular, unscheduled, and unhurried time with people who feel like family, even if they're not. The obvious few who scream with joy when you share your awesome news and cry with you when you share your hard stuff. People who show up early to help you cook and stay late to clean up. People who hurt you and who are hurt by you, but who choose to work through it with you instead of both of you quitting on each other. People who live on mission beside you, who challenge you and make you better. People who know they are your people and you are theirs, people who belong to each other. This is a book about how to find our people, the ones we'll live day in and day out with, the ones we'll risk being fully known by, the ones we'll gladly be inconvenienced by, the ones we will choose to love. Yes, I know how complicated and exhausting making friends can be as an adult. Why didn't anybody teach us how to do this? Does it really have to be this hard? What are we missing? I begin this journey with you aware of 2 things. Number 1, people make up the best parts of life. And number 2, people make up the most painful parts of life. And I assume you picked up this book with one of those 2 truths more prominently fixed in your mind. So whether you come with hopes or with fears or with both, it's okay. I suspect that if you really go all in with me, some of your fears may come true. But I also believe that your hopes will be exceeded. It is possible to live connected, intimately connected to other people. But connection costs something, more than many are willing to pay. If you choose to join me in this adventure of building authentic community, I promise that what you'll gain in the bargain is more than worth it. But it will require you to reconsider most everything in your life today. Specifically, your daily and weekly routines, the way you buy groceries, the new neighborhood you're considering, whether or not you live near family, the church you choose to be a part of, what you do this weekend, and deeper still, how open you choose to be about your difficult marriage and about your fight with anxiety, which is getting worse, and whether you'll ask the hard question of the person you love who's drinking too much. and if you'll forgive and fight for the people who have hurt you deeper than you could ever imagine. Do you believe that you were built for true, radical connection? Even if you're an introvert, we all are physically, emotionally, and